Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Lions FC and Brisbane Roar.
The penultimate round of the 2026 NPL Queensland season kicks off with a Friday night feature that will have heavy ramifications at both ends of the table. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Luxury Paint Stadium in Richlands. James Coughlin here to bring you all the action as two sides face off with plenty on the line. For our hosts, Lions, they are on the verge of their fourth NPL Queensland Premiership, one that is perhaps their most valuable, with not only silverware on the line, but a coveted place in the Australian Championship this October. As for Brisbane Roar B, this is a team that has featured in every top flight season in one form or another, but with no relegation exemption at their disposal anymore. They have to win out and hope for some help to escape the drop zone and at least one season of second-tier football. Let's run through the team news as we are closing in on kickoff. For Lions, the goalkeeper is Jackson Riley. Number 3, Jackson Hart-Phillips. 4, Blair Ponting. 5, Tommy Gerard. 6, Harvey Pope. 8, Mitch Hoare. 9, Luke Broderick. 10, Rahmat Akbari. 12, Sean Carlos, captaining the side. Number 17, Zane North. And number 18, Chair Deng. As for Brisbane Roar B, Sekou Jamonde has gone with the following lineup. George Plasnen is in goals. Number 34, Roman Canossa. 36, Iani Valkanis. 37, Zach Harrison. 38, Taj Sorensen. Number 47, Maximus Stefanaris. 48, Aaron Morris. 51, Riley Bond. 52, Nelson Deng. 54, Archie Mitchell. And 56, Jory Schneider. So this is what is at stake this evening for Lions. They are premiers with a win. They are currently 4 points ahead of Peninsula Power with just 2 games to go. Meanwhile, for Brisbane Roar B, they are in 11th place at the moment on 16 points, ahead only of Magic United on goal difference. They are relegated with a loss tonight, plus wins for Gold Coast United and Rochdale Rovers. With those matches all set to kick off simultaneously at 6 p.m. on Saturday. This one was brought forward to accommodate Lions in the Hahn Australia Cup round of 16 on Tuesday night against Melbourne City. Wouldn't they love a big win to take into that one? We are closing in on kickoff. Our referee for tonight's clash is Nicholas Mackay, assisted by Carwin Gregory and Izakia Sebahutu. The fourth official between the two benches is Oleg Labuz. And it will be Lions in all orange, going from left to right on your screen. And now, 90 minutes from the Premiership. Lions get things underway. Can they finish it off tonight? Well, we have to wait till round 22. It is the only target for Hoare, and over it goes for a throw-in to the visitors in their change strip. And we're going from right to left on your screen. However you are tuning in, very pleased to have your company for this Friday night match. It is, of course, a double header at Luxury Paint Stadium. Should mention that the Lions women are taking on Sunshine Coast Wanderers at 8:30 p.m. The rest of the women's fixtures are getting underway in just under an hour's time. And Bond will play it over the sideline for a throw-in for Lions. We'll try and keep you up to date with the women's matches, where we do also have a potential title decider between Gold Coast Knights and Easts. Jared is under pressure, goes out for Ponting. The Blair variety. And oh, that is good pressure early on, played by Harrison, looking to square it to the back post. And late Late run coming in, and the Raw have an unlikely lead inside 80 seconds. That is the goal they need if they have any hope of surviving. And it was the pressure put on and a late ghosting run, and no one was there to mark the onrushing Jory Schneider, and he has the opening goal of the match. Well, however you pictured this match starting, it probably was not with a Jory Schneider goal inside 2 minutes, but
Brisbane Raw. Scored, I think, by number 6, Jory Schneider.
there we go, confirmation from Sue, the ever-present ground announcer at Richlands, and now Lions find themselves in a very unfamiliar position of trailing. We wanted drama to close out the season, and the Raw B could not have dreamed of a better start. That will move them up to 19 points on the live ladder and leapfrog Rochdale and Gold Coast. At least until the two of them are in action tomorrow evening. And there may also be faint cheers coming from AJ Kelly Park up on the peninsula, as that goal does keep Penn Power's premiership hopes alive. They are guaranteed to finish in the top 2. So we know the major semi-final will be Lions Penn Power in 3 weeks' time. Power cannot be caught by Moreton City or Gold Coast Knights. Lions happy to try and play their way out. Of course, this is the big question for this Lions side as well. They have been so resolute at the back. That was just their 21st goal conceded this season, and they have gone 3 games without conceding, scoring only the 1 goal in that time. And well, it has to be mentioned, they are without their talisman Alex Fechner, who has undergone repair work on that shoulder that he injured against Perth Glory in the Australia Cup round of 32, that epic penalty shootout win. However, they do have their ace on the bench to call on, Jerson Lagos. As he has been hampered by injuries in 2026, but how valuable could that be? Pass over the top. That was a free kick after Hoare was felled. Bari to deliver. And the Wall just sneaking forward by a couple of steps. So what do Lions have at their disposal? Sakbari bending it in towards Deng, free header, and straight down the welcoming grasp of Plusnen. Just going through the benches now. I didn't have a chance to do that earlier. The big story on Lions is not just Jerson Lagos, who scored the winner in that Premiership powerhouse matchup against Penn Power last week. We'll come back to that in a second as Morris is chasing that one down, keeping it in now. Back it goes, curling delivery from Mitchell, and it's too tall for everyone. Schneider retrieves. But on the bench for Lions is number 30, Jimmy Ontignap, who is back after that heartbreaking knee injury suffered late last season, causing him to miss the finals. And there's just further midfield reinforcements. Meanwhile, for Brisbane Roar B, they have the likes of Charlie Parkin, Jackson O'Reilly, and Tom to call on, depending on what they need, but well and truly across the byline. Playing it forward, finding Hoare, and he's into space. Deep cross, chested down, but unable to be properly controlled, and Roar will clear their lines. And North calm under pressure, stepping away from that first challenge, keeping it moving, looking for Hoare. Pope. And it goes Carlos in the corner, watched closely by Bond, and I'm sure Bond will say always under control. We knew he was offside, but there's a free kick now for the visitors. That is a not so subtle tackle from Canossa, and that is going to be a yellow card for the former Newcastle Jets youth man. It's met with applause from the Lions fans in attendance. Goal and a yellow card for the Roar so far. So Bari again on the delivery duties. Deng again the target, bobbled around and eventually dealt with by Nelson Deng. That second ball could have fallen to just about anyone. Thankfully for Brisbane Roar B, it was the Lions junior Nelson Deng. Nice touch, and Mitchell concedes the throw-in. Young defensive duo for Lions have been so impressive this season. And the anchor pair, and now Broderick on a tight angle looking for the cutback, but no such luck, and follow up from Hoare, put the pressure on, and it's now an attacking throw-in for Lions, which they take quickly. struck early if you are just tuning in. Welcome to the first half of a doubleheader at Luxury Paints Stadium, and it is Brisbane Roar B fighting to stave off relegation. 1-0 up on Lions inside 2 minutes. Jory Schneider, the goal scorer, and it's more danger now as it's deflected into the side netting. And the Roar fans in attendance thought they had doubled their advantage. That is twice now that high press from the Roar. It was Schneider and Zach Harrison who the latter set up the goal for the former. These two combining yet again. Away, then it's returning to the box. Pope with the awkward looking clearance, and it could come back again. Schneider pulling the strings at the moment, gets it out for Morris. Presses this time a little bit too vigorous, forcing that foul on Akbari. Ponting driving forward, and he is tugged down by Morris, who thought for half a second he might have gotten away with it, but no such luck. Jared takes it quickly, and Hoare bends it in. Another deep cross. Seems to be a strategy for both sides tonight, and Bond will hoof that one clear. Trying to hold it up now, could fall. Pope with the strike, and optimistic shouts for handball. Husnan can't punch it away cleanly, and it's out for a corner. And a little bit of a discussion going on in the box as we're in the replay. That would have been a very, very harsh handball, and I think there was a bit of a unhappiness there from player about the jersey getting held. A deep delivery, palmed away, but only as far as the edge of the 6-yard box, and the Roar now trying to play their way out of danger. And they did just enough, but a testing delivery off the corner, and Husnan with Hoare standing right behind him. To work to make sure that one was dealt with. Looking to put the pressure on Mitchell. Standing up well, but that pass has played it into danger. Now it's Hoare. Trying to get through. He's got 3 Raw defenders around him. Can he fashion something? And despite the appeals of the Raw, that is going to be a corner. Almost took out Lillicam behind the goal. And I think Mackay got that one spot on. Too tall off the corner, and it's Deng retrieving. That one back in, and Nelson Deng had to get that one right. There were 3 Lions players waiting for it to fall. And he just leapt taller than everyone. And the high foot from North goes uncalled. Will not have to play that one. Deng could be in a bit of trouble here as it was pulled down. We'll just stick with the picture now and see what the replay has to show here as Deng changed his line to block the run of Broderick. Desperately searching for that equaliser, but the defender tracking back was Schneider again, I think, and actually did so well. It is a goal kick. Loses out, and it is pushing back to the home side. It's for the Raw's senior team. They are also in action in the Australia Cup this Sunday at Spencer Park, taking on Sydney FC as Michael Valkanis' men will face a stiff challenge as a second win in a competitive fixture. Broderick, back it goes. Now this is well worked, finding Pope, and one pass too many from the Raw, and Deng could find himself in a bit of trouble, but recovers fantastically to clear it away, get it to Ponting, and it's Lions on the hunt again. Pope with the ball in, and that is an awkward looking fall. And his back up was I think it was who fell, or maybe it was Luke Broderick. To press on and add to that advantage as we close in on the midway point of the first half. So Morris under pressure, but pulls away. Forward it goes, finding Harrison. Back at Mitchell, and he's got Channing for company, but threads the needle, and Mitchell tries for the audacious nutmeg, but not even do the first part to get it between the defender's legs, and Broderick just telegraphed that and allowed Nelson Ding to react. North. It's briefly in the Raw Youth system, and did Hall have a chance to run that one down? Allowed space, and he'll go for the cross, and it almost came off at the back post with Hart Phillips making the run. And we'll try that throw in yet again. Broderick and Beakhurst combining to ask for a booking. As the requests of 2Bs does not necessarily result in a third. If you are just tuning in, 20 minutes remaining of normal time in the first half. James Coghlan bringing all the action in this round 21 NPL Queensland fixture. And that scoreboard is correct. The Brisbane Roar B side. Now they're in danger as Broderick tries to square it. It's deflected. Now sitting up. Pleasant hasn't dealt with it on the follow-up. Fantastic save by the Raw keeper. And he keeps their lead intact. It was desperation stations at the back. And George Plusnan with the save to deny Hart Phillips. As the Lions are chasing that goal where they'll play it through, and no luck picking out Hoare, and Plusnan will have a chance to gather himself. So just a reminder of the scenario for Lions, who've just given up the free kick there off Tony Jarrett. So last time they scored more than one goal in a league game was 4th of July, round 17 at home to Olympic, a 2-0 win. The last 4 games, round 12 catch-up against Gold Coast Knights was a 2-1 loss. And then round 18 against East, 19 away to Gold Coast United, and last week at home to Penn Power, all produced 1-0 wins. So they have to buck that trend if they are going to raise the trophy tonight at Luxury Paint Stadium. Otherwise, we wait at least for 24 hours as the only remaining premiership challengers Peninsula Power have a tough game against 4th placed Gold Coast Knights tomorrow evening, where if Lions drop points tonight, Power will have to win to keep the title race alive to the final day. As for them, Gold Coast Knights need a win to lock up a top 4 spot. They need a win and a Wolves loss in their clash against East. Beautiful pass out wide, finding Ponting, who's in acres of space. Ponting looks like he might make something happen and forces another save out of Plusnen. The relegation battle for the Roar. They went into tonight 1 point goal difference off safety, so for all intents and purposes 2 points. Delivery from Hoare. Not on the same page with the Raw players on that occasion. Barry. It's out wide. North, and Hartfield's one of many Lions players who spent time with the Roar in one form or another. Oh, there's a clever touch from Hoare. It's allowed to bounce. It could fall for Akbari. Couldn't get that touch, but it's still there for Carlos. Curling effort, and did that cross the line? No, on the follow-up, it's behind Plusnen again. He has been playing out of his skin in the last 5 minutes. Let's go to the replay. As it was allowed to bounce, somehow Ponting smartly tees it up for Carlos and hold the ball over the whole of the line. Plusnen denies Broderick from point-blank range, and the Raw are not rolling over. Strike from Ponting. Can't get through the cacophony of defenders. Morris is infield and a heavy tackle on Sorensen. Sees him dispossess Broderick. The angle for a shot, trying to fashion something now. Back it goes, finding Hoare. Akbari first time, blocked away by Deng. It's still there for Hoare. Gets it back. Broderick now. Another reaction save, and Plusnen denies them again. The shots are mounting for Lions, and quickly get to the replay, and it's all hands on deck defensively. Now back to live pictures. As Harrison hoping for the throw-in, but nothing is given. Lions getting a bit between their teeth. Broderick cut back inside. Canossa, and there in cover is Mitchell. If it's not one, it is another from the Raw. Chances, and you just wonder, when are they going to kick this door down? When will this Brisbane Roar be resistance end, or will it? A long way to go in this match. This is Lions. They want to win the title on their home turf. North with the header, and from close range, it's off the bar and over. Tonight again, Plusnen has gone down, clutching a sensitive spot. So while he's there, let's check the replay as he was clattered into by Deng. It feels like he should have been fouled there, and the trainer will come on. Tomorrow's fixtures in the NPL men, while Brisbane is down for treatment. All kicking off at 6 p.m. It is Brisbane City and Gold Coast United. That is a match with top four and relegation implications. We've got East's Wolves with two finals contenders facing off. And we also have Gold Coast Knights Penn Power, two teams currently in the top four. And the Knights will be hoping that both end the weekend in the top four. Magic and Rochdale in a relegation battle. Rochdale could actually be safe with a win and a couple of favourable results. And then finally, Olympic and Moreton City. Olympic, the only team that are safe from relegation and away and unable to qualify for finals, but they just love to potentially play spoiler. For Moreton City is Brisbane is still down, and some real concern being shown. The reserve goalkeeper for the Raw is Mitch Bright. We've not seen a lot of this season. Plusnan and Oscar Page have been sharing the duties. Plusnan now all is well. Looks that one downfield, and the Raw will just be happy to have some temporary respite. And it might be more than respite as Morris drives to the box. Stunning left foot strike. It is 2-0 to the Raw. Aaron Morris with a howitzer. And the premiership party might be delayed as the Raw try and salvage their top flight status. And catching Riley out by surprise, Morris could not have hit that one any better. A boil over potentially at Richlands. And that was a genuinely good strike. And those cheers from AJ Kelly Park might just be getting that a little bit louder as those premiership hopes remain intact. Lions now need 3 goals to raise the trophy tonight. Barry to get on the end of it, but well, Broderick dispossessed, and the Raw will just hoof it away for Riley, who there's that argument about goalkeepers never getting beaten at their near post, but I think that was struck so sweetly by Morris. Not a whole lot that could be done about that. Well, they have potentially some breathing space. Barry is going to escape that challenge from Harrison. Out wide. Like this line side have not had chances, but Plusnan and company at the back have been defending. Looks like their careers depended on it. I'm sure the squad for Michael Valkanis is settled for Sunday. A few of these players might just be having a case to feature in the upcoming pre-season friendlies. There's a few players you would normally expect to see in the NPL for Brisbane Roar B, not involved tonight. Jordan Lawton, 8 appearances. He's surely being prepped for Sunday. Oscar Myers and Kodar Abdul Karim. And Reece Williams, all players who have recorded a number of appearances for this side, but maybe kept in the wings for Sunday. Sure, the Roar fans will be desperate for them to win, not just to get to the last 8 of the Han Australia Cup, but also just for that extra confidence boost. Now another quickfire strike, and it did take a touch on the way through as Archie Mitchell was looking to give the Roar a even bigger advantage. Corner is played by Brisbane Roar B, Valkanis. Essentially now Schneider, he's given room to run by Pope. He's beaten one, but he's struggling to get around North. So there's one player in particular for this Roar B side that there's a thing or two about playing late season spoiler. Taj Sorensen last year for Logan scored the goal in a late season catch-up match, the final fixture of the FQPL regular season. He scored the goal in a 1-0 win for Logan that cost Brisbane Strikers the premiership that year and promotion. Sorensen may well be the most popular man at Rochdale after that. Yeah, Slippers open up some space as that is bent into the box, and Mitchell as he played to clear it away, and it is looking very slippery underfoot. All the players, we've seen the players wind up on their butts as this match has gone on. Oh, well, I don't think he meant that to be a shot, but it's closer to a shot than a cross. That front four looking to link up Broderick. Chests it down. Ponting on that left foot. He'll take the strike, and Plasnen. You know when a keeper's full of confidence when he's covering his angles like that. Skipping past that challenge to keep it moving. Pope recycles it to Tommy Jarrett. Ponting in space again. Dared to play the ball into the box. If this result does hold for the Roar, they are not safe from relegation, but it does suddenly create a more favourable scenario heading into round 22 next weekend, depending on how it goes. And oh, that is a penalty. Akbari tripped up, and Lions have a late lifeline in the first half. And the protests will continue. Let's see what the replay says. Yeah, I think he did catch him there. And the frustration will build as an unbelievable first half for Brisbane Roar B could come undone, as it was Yanni Valkanis who tripped him up. And the penalties responsibility will fall now to Luke Broderick. Just 2 league goals this season. Desperately would he and Lions love a third right now. Steps. A lifeline for Lions. They halve the deficit with 90 seconds of normal time to go in the first half. Brisbane Roar B 2, Lions 1, and it was calmness personified from Broderick. And Plusman, well, he didn't save it, but he went the right way, and I would not be surprised if he got a fingertip to it, but there was just too much on it. So it was Akbari who won the penalty. Valkanis moves it out to the sideline, finding Bond. Deng rising highest, but that second ball is contested. Lions eventually coming away with it. Now Pope with something to chase down, but sliding in smartly was Mitchell. Stepping out is Chair Deng. Penalty aside, this is the best first half I've seen from the Raw NPL side, arguably since 2021 when they made that run to the finals. And Chris Grossman, you can actually see that the Lions may well be preparing a halftime sub. I think it was Eramugo Debele getting some instruction from Dan Barber. Might be one to keep an eye on in the break. Strong work as Carlos is upended, as is Broderick. And goal kick is the decision. Lions. Well, now it's their turn to protest to the referee. We go to the replay. First keeping an eye on Carlos, and follow up as he tried to go over Deng. Looked like a lot of nothing. I think the assistants in orange and blue, it felt like it could have been a penalty, but the man in the middle with the whistle. Dang. There's hammer and tongs as Lions bench will continue to argue the non-award of the penalty, but play goes on. Pass finds Broderick now driving to the box. Canossa keeping an eye on him, trying to cut back inside. And more strong defending from Brisbane Roar. Jared has to race out to grab that one. And Bari was trying to encourage Ponting, but couldn't do it. Blair Ponting is started the last 3 games for Lions. He's actually featured 31 all season. That one will be deflected wide. A late corner for Lions. Can they get back on level terms to close out the first half? An unbelievably entertaining and, at the moment, shocking encounter as the likely premiership side find themselves trailing to a team fighting relegation. Lifted up in the air, and the offside flag may have gone up. Goes. Bending ball by Horn. Anywhere will do with that diving header. How much longer is left in this first half? We're in the 48th minute, closing in on 49. Short corner. Is this the last chance for Lions? As Barry will put it in, and it's dealt with by the Raw. Plusden has the ball in his hands. Easily the standout performer of the first half has been George Plusden. As we took past 49 minutes of first half action, and 49 minutes is all we need. Brisbane Roar B 2, Lions 1. What a first half. Lions might have to put their premiership party on hold as the Roar lead them with 2 goals. Jory Schneider and Aaron Morris. A late penalty for Luke Broderick's halved the deficit. And that is where we're going to leave you for the first half. We'll be back with what promises to be a dramatic conclusion to this match. In about 12 minutes, we will talk to you then.
Christian Home, Sky Account Cover, Field and Western Home. Just remind you all that we do have an NPL game starting tonight at 8:30. Our Lions women against Sunshine Coast Wanderers. Also on Tuesday night, kicking off at 7:30, the round of 16 in the Hart Cup. Once again at Spencer Park against Melbourne City. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of our game tonight. Half-time score, Lions 2. Raw 2, Lions 1. Substitution for Brisbane Raw. Number 39, Niall Tom, and number 32, Charlie Parker.
Welcome back, everybody, to Luxury Paints Stadium at Richlands. It is a potential premiership decider for Lions. James Coughlin here bringing you all the action on FQTV. But Brisbane Raw are looking to spoil the party and at the same time continue their hopes of raising the trophy tonight. But right now they are down 2-1 with the Raw, leading through Jory Schneider and Aaron Morris. There we go. The announcer Sue has just confirmed that the changes for the second half, both sides making 2 at the halftime break. So Bari driving forward as could not find a way to break down a stubborn and very impressive Raw defence. In the first half there is the star former for Lions, Chair Deng, who has been so impressive all season. A couple of chances. The standout for the Raw is their goalkeeper right now, George Plusden. Lagos on the turn. All the way through and down he goes. We'll stop now as I guess that whistle is for Justin Lagos, who has stayed down. Do we don't have enough leeway in that replay. So just confirming those changes for Lions. Blair Ponting and Harvey Pope withdrawn. What's going on here? They attempted the drop ball. And changes it. Riley this time goes right instead of left. Jory Schneider has dropped into midfield for the Raw. I can tell you Maximus Stephanouris has been withdrawn. I confirm the second Raw player to have come off. I can tell you Charlie Parkin is on in defence. And Niall Tom is now leading the line. There's the aforementioned Tom. Couldn't pick up Morris. Instead will go to the short side as strong resistance. Sorensen is involved in that build-up, and it is another set piece for the Raw. post, and Parkin with the header up in the air, not dealt with on the follow-up. Morris puts it over, but there was a foul on Riley in the build-up. And that attack will fizzle out. Looking set up for the Raw in this second half as Parkin is now in central defence. Roman Canossa has shifted out to left back, and he's going to try and fend off Eramugo Debele, and Debele will try for the piggyback. And Canossa, only player booked so far tonight. Archie Mitchell may be the second player withdrawn by the Raw. Those changes for the Raw at halftime. Niall Tom and Charlie Parkin replacing Maximus Stephanaris and Archie Mitchell. The Lions needing 2 goals to clinch the premiership, 2 unanswered goals. The pressure the Roar have been putting on. To add to their advantage is Tom, who only watches that is fizzed over Riley's goal. And that one was travelling, that Aaron Morris goal in the first half to make it 2-0 Raw. He's hit with similar venom. That one stayed down. Yes, well dealt with. Tom with a chance to chest it down. Niall Tom trying to go through Chair Deng, but falls now, and Deng with the tackle. Lagos, into run, has he measured that? Through for Broderick, now chance, Luke Broderick, it's 2 apiece. 8 minutes into the second half, Lions restore parity against the Raw. And now, that premiership party is closer and closer to being back on. Broderick has his second of the night. Well, in terms of dream starts to the second half, that's exactly what Lions would have been hoping for. This is the first time since the 4th of July that Lions have scored 2 goals in an NPL match. And it is better late than never. 2 is not enough for what they want from tonight. Now for the Raw, draw is not overly helpful. It will still leave them in 11th place. Gold Coast United on goal difference and 1 point behind Rochdale. We have Gold Coast Knights next week at home. Akbari on the cutback. Broderick looking for the hat-trick on the follow-up. Hart-Phillips just put it wide. And Jackson Hart-Phillips, who signed for Lions from the Raw, cannot finish that chance off. Just on the replay there, you saw Plusnan limping around in the 6-yard box. He did cop a knock in the first half that produced a lengthy delay, and I wonder how freely he is able to move after starring in that second half. Or in that first half, I beg your pardon. Making save after save. Do the Raw have in their bag of resolve? They were so good to take a 2-0 lead early, but as you would expect from the side leading the charge in 2026, they have been relentless since. With Deng, does well to play it out wide, looking for Morris, and he tried for the flick. Oh, what more drama does this game have to throw at us as Valkanis looked like he clipped Chair Deng. As Mackay says no foul. So an update, the NPL women's, well, 4 of the 5 games tonight are underway. The second, or the 5th and final one will kick off momentarily. The conclusion of this one. It is Lions against Sunshine Coast Wanderers, but we do have an update that will potentially make the Lions women very, very happy. East are currently up 1-0 over Gold Coast Knights at the Croatian Sports Centre. 1-0 in favour of East, as they are also hoping to keep their premiership hopes alive. Knights women, like the Lions men, do go into this weekend with a margin for error that I'm sure they would rather not need. Top on the play to pick out Hart-Phillips. Was asking for support, but to hold the pass as his teammate was in an offside position. And with a strong challenge, and Plusner does not look right as he went to retrieve that one, but it does beg the question, with no Oscar Page on the bench. How much faith do they have in Mitch Bright? Bright, of course, is the Sunshine Coast Wanderers junior. He was called up to the Combank Joey's squad. He is the keeper, but no movement from that Raw bench. There's Schneider, who got things going this evening. That goal early on now. Hart Phillips getting on the action. He's wrestled off the ball. Valkanis. And Valkanis has won the free kick. Some of the Lions youth players who are out tonight. The car park is looking very, very busy. Delay gets it back and let's just quickly return it. Carlos gets the header to Lagos, capable of a moment of magic. Delay with Lagos and throw in Lions. Delay trying to get past the defender, and much to the chagrin of Harrison defending, is not agree with that free kick being given. Seeing Debele now squaring up. This B-side is there's plenty of frustration for Lions so far tonight. And now North will direct that goalwards, as I'm not sure how much he knew about that. The throw from Plusnen. Morris, and Morris has won the free kick. Debele will earn himself a booking. And we'll go Debele picking up his 7th booking in all competitions this season. Clever work on the turn, could create an opportunity, and that is a heavy tackle from Deng, and he's won the foul off that as well. And now changes coming, as there is Schneider getting withdrawn. One of the players coming off. There's Yanni Valkanis. So the changes, Flanagan and O'Reilly on in 55 and 33 respectively. And another stoppage now as Lions are taking opportunity to get some water on board. And there you can see the reason why we have that stoppage. George Plusden, who, despite conceding 2 goals, has been arguably the standout player. As we await the conclusion of this dramatic match. Plusden back on his feet, and will he be able to continue? It sure looks that way. See some action on the Lions bench as they begin to push for the winner. That was awkward throw. And there is Mitchell Bright. You can see on the sideline. And there could be a keeper change coming for the Raw. But first, they have to see off this challenge. It's Broderick. Going for the byline now, looking to square it on the turn. Now to play back. Carlos! Another save made. And the Raw frustrate Lions yet again. North with a heavy challenge, and we're going to come back now as North felled attackers. I think entirely sure who that is from that angle. Parkin will take the free kick quickly, however, and it looks like O'Reilly is dropped into the centre of defence, and Parkin pushed up into midfield. It's nothing if not a fluid lineup, this Brisbane Raw B team. I'm sure they will be looking to avoid relegation. So now they need something to go their way, and oh, just across the face of the goal, the flick from Broderick. Oh, so close to giving Lions a much needed lead. Now Lagos bends it back, headed by Hart Phillips. Chances are stacking up for the Lions number 3 in this second half. Mitchell Bright is getting prepared on the sideline. Bid was off. Will he be called upon? Seeing this one out. And Akbari can't play that one through. oh, someone might have talked themselves into trouble. Is that Niall Tom? And he has been shown a yellow card. You could hear on the effects mic exactly what he thought of that one. Desperation is evident for the Raw players. Tom living up to his firebrand personality, getting his 8th yellow card of the season. And that goalkeeper change is imminent for the Raw. We're just seeing the bodies on the sideline. A double change coming up for Lions 2. But first, can they take the lead? A heavy touch by Hoare. And over the sideline it goes. So, here we go. The potential big moment of this match. It's the withdrawal of George Plusnan for Mitchell Bright. So, goalkeeper out of the Sunshine Coast. Meanwhile, for Lions, it is Liam Ponting and Finn Beakhurst being introduced.
Substitution for Brisbane Raw. Number 50, Mitchell Bright, replacing number 40 for
It is a big moment here now as it was just the single change for Lions. And Ponting was quickly dragged back to the bench. And oh, that is a bad tackle from Carlos as he went in full bore and cleaned out Zach Harrison. He is quick to apologise and he will pick up a yellow card for that. Challenges are coming in thick and fast now. So it is actually a first appearance of the season for Mitchell Bright. Really hoping his teammates can provide him with a lead to defend off this set piece. And Deng nods it up in the air and behind it goes for a corner. And Deng is asking, what is the call? Withdrawn for Lions for Finn Beakhurst. As the attacker, the White Cockerel medalist of the 2021 Australia Cup. Deep delivery, finding the head of O'Reilly, and it's saved by Riley. And he's happy to play the advantage. Debele plays it through, and Broderick, I think it's straight offside, and oh, that's potentially concerning for Dan Barber. Just like he pulled up a little bit short chasing that one down. Bench, for all intents and purposes, emptied for the Raw. Beakhurst goes to the byline, looking for the cutback. And cleared away. The Raw. The Penguin again, they just haven't been able to have that same fire in attack. Since they took that 2-0 lead and gave up the penalty. And now a little change defensively. Tommy Jarrett is withdrawn. His 97th NPL appearance for Lions. And Liam Ponting comes on. And perhaps with one eye on Tuesday night, he's given an early mark, Tommy Jarrett. Right now, both sides need a goal. A draw does not really help either of them. Although it is somewhat more beneficial for Lions, as 2 draws and Penn Power not winning out but not closing down their goal difference would be enough to secure the premiership. Albeit 7 days later than they might have originally hoped. Now Beakhurst getting away from his man. He's got options in the middle. Lagos at the back post. Goes straight through. Lagos with the air swing. With the goal it is beckoning. Lagos couldn't get the connection he needed. And it was fantastic build-up play by Beakhurst to get rid of his defender. And I think it might have taken a touch on the way through. Just a reminder, coming up tomorrow at 6 p.m, Brisbane City Gold Coast United, Easts against Wolves, Gold Coast Knights, Penn Power, Magic United, Rochdale, and Olympic Moreton City. Coming up next Friday night, all kicking off at 7:30 p.m. As it stands, it is the Premiership and relegation decider at least, and most likely at least part of the top 4. So the round 22 fixtures: Brisbane Roar B hosting Gold Coast Knights, Gold Coast United hosting Easts, Moreton City hosting Lions, Olympic taking on Rochdale, Penn Power taking on Brisbane City, and Wolves against Magic. Those are the 11 matches to go in the regular season for 2026. Do we have late drama now? It's Debele. Debele cutting back on his left, and the block off the line. Resolute defending is allowed to bounce, and Bright will pluck it out of the air. But how about that run? Aramugo Debele, no one wanted to tackle him in the box. And were it not for that desperation block from O'Reilly, it would have been 3-2 Lions. Flanagan. Midfield is dispossessed. Now it goes to Carlos. Lagos. Goes again, finding the Colombian. Keep that challenge going, and it's the Roar supporting, defending in numbers. It's played straight to Zane North. And North is in a bit of trouble now. Akbari gets it back and North is down. This could be bad news for Lions, or it could be really good news if that shot from Carlos had dipped. Now, there is a substitution window still available for Lions, but the bench is empty. They have made 5 changes, with Liam Ponting, Jerson Lagos, Eramugo Debele and Finn Beakhurst coming on. Jimmy Ontiknap is the unused sub on the bench. And that is not an ideal outcome. Speaking of not ideal outcomes, Easts looking to spoil Gold Coast Knights' premiership hopes this evening. As they are now 2-0 up in the 41st minute. Well, Brisbane City have just gone 2-1 up in their clash against the QAS. Oh, it is a big month plus coming up for Lions. They need all hands on deck. And Zane North, 31 games in all competitions, 2 goals, 5 yellow cards, now 32 games. Making 26 start. And I'm hoping for his sake, this is in fact just a cramp. No, this is where commentator maths might come back to bite me. There is actually one substitution still available, so Ontiknap could be called upon to close out the final 8 minutes plus. And as you are replacing a defender with a midfielder. And North is shuffling off the pitch. It is just a cramp, but it is a cramp that will end North's night. So, for the first time since late August 2025, Jimmy Ontiknap will play an NPL game for Lions, and that will further add to stoppage time. Phillips will join that back line. Beakhurst will go to wing back, and an auspicious introduction for Ontiknap as he ran up sliding down like many others. And a deflected strike will eventually make its way to Riley. So, what late twists await us here in Richlands. 6 minutes of normal time remaining, and Lions need another goal to seal the premiership and a berth in the second edition of the Australian Championship. They have someone they can count on to step up. Lagos has come through in the clutch before. And Debele will have to chase that one down. Canossa bearing down on him. And Debele thought he had his shirt pulled. Well, the orange, white and blue flags are ready for the celebration if it unfolds, but nothing is assured right now. Bond tries to get past Beakhurst, and Beakhurst can't get the better of Tom, who's working through two challenges, and that heavy touch allowed Hart Phillips and Chair Deng to take it away from him. Wilson Deng for the Raw will pick it up and switch it from right to left. And the offside flag will go up against Broderick. As it stands, the Lions' goal difference remains at plus 31. Penn Power, for reference, plus 22. So if Lions draw tonight and next week at Moreton City, Power would need to win their two games against Gold Coast Knights and Brisbane City, a combined 10-goal margin. Not saying it's impossible, crazier things have happened, but I think want to sort this out in the next 5 or so minutes. Time ticking away. Lagos out wide, now cutting in as he'll get it to Carlos. Return pass for Lagos. Thought about winding up for the strike, tees it up instead Broderick. And Lagos with a wasteful ball, but it's still there now for Akbari, and it's blocked by Deng. Rahmat Akbari. 5 A-League seasons at the Raw, 82 games. He could have a dagger into the hearts of the NPL side. Hart Phillips gets it back on the turn. Goes to the byline, now crosses it up. It's still there, and Lions now laying siege to the Raw goal. Broderick, curling effort. Oh, a special strike worthy of the premiership. Luke Broderick. Cue the delirium at Richlands. Top corner, sweetly struck. 3-2 Lions, and they're now minutes away from another trophy. And that is also the hat-trick for Luke Broderick. 3 goals in all competitions this season heading into tonight, and 3 of the most crucial goals you will find for Lions. What a comeback! And that crowd that was sounding unbelievably anxious now is getting ready to party. They just have to see out 40 seconds of normal time plus what will surely be an extended period of stoppage time. Bond looking for a way through, no luck. Bond plays it through, not quite on the same page, and that is thumped over the sideline. We are now into stoppage time. It is all hands on deck defensively for the Raw, or for Lions as they try to repel this Raw throw-in. I am told we may be sticking around for the premiership presentation for Lions if they hold on. Morris with the up and under to the edge of the 18-yard box, headed away by Deng. And that is allowed to roll behind, and Liam Ponting will concede the corner. Last touch was off a Lions player, and Ponting will get a yellow card for that little shove. It's a goal kick correction, which will make the crowd even happier. Riley launches it, searching for Ontiknap. It's the Raw. Bring it down. Akbari will just put it on the other end, and it is Luke Broderick, once of the Brisbane Raw NPL system. And now he is potentially the one to hand Lions the second trophy of the season as they'll chase the Queensland quadruple. Next is the Queensland Cup final on August 22nd at Spencer Park. Deep ball is allowed to bounce, and desperation defending from Ponting as he tries to beat Morris to the ball, and it's shielded over the sideline. Raw throw. At least another 2 minutes to go for the Raw to find an equaliser, keeping in mind their NPL status. He's very much dependent on finding something late here, and it could come now. Canossa cannot keep it in, and it's a goal kick. Two minutes 50 of stoppages played. Every break, a nervous glance goes towards Nick Mackay, and will come back for the free kick, and it will be a free kick because they've been offside. It's Beakhurst, who has struggled with injuries for so long. He's now down. Ontiknap is moved away from the teammate, Mark Phillips, and time has stopped as Harrison making an argument. It's Tom.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's remember we do have another game on after this game tonight, so please be respectful of the field. If we happen to win and there is a trophy presentation, please, we do not want people running out onto the field. We do have another game to start after this. Thank you.
So it may not be the most drawn out of trophy presentations if it does take place. As Beakhurst is able to laugh that one off. So it's Akbari after a good 90 seconds of stoppages. So we could be getting close to 100 minutes on the clock to see this one out. Broderick does well to keep it in. The hat-trick hero, Luke Broderick. He doesn't have to score another one now. Now Beakhurst told to go to the corner. And it is a Lions throw-in. They are just seeing this one out. Held up in the corner, Carlos. So often the rock of this side in midfield. 165 NPL appearances for Lions. He's been with them since 2018. He and Tommy Jarrod, two cornerstones of this team, still in place, going back to the 2018 double. Bari puts it up. To bounce, and strong work. Lagos keeping it up. Does he fancy a strike, or he'll play it through instead? Squared across, and oh, that would have been the icing on the cake, but instead it is away. And is that going to be a throw-in from Carlos? Well, I suppose if it's going to miss, it's better to send it over the sideline than the byline. Beakhurst pounces on the ball, and now back, and frustration is starting to peek in for the Raw, and Deng goes flying. That seems to be the strategy for Lions at the moment. Just put it up in the air and take as much time off the clock. Into the 98th minute. And the Raw, they need it down the other end as they chase what is at the very least a necessary and valuable point. But no way through Eramugo Debele at that point in time. Morris moved back for the throw-in. He can launch it into the box. Some tall timber to aim for, and finds ahead of Deng, and Riley claims. They want to start celebrating, Lions, but it's not over yet. Still time to go. And Bright, as he chops it back, here's Broderick. He's celebrating already. He's got 4. Lions have 4. Lions will be the premiers in 2026. And now the party can start. It is full time. Lions officially premiers with a 4-2 win over the Brisbane Raw Youth. And with one game to spare, they have got the job done. Two trophies down this year, 2 still to compete for. They can enjoy this one tonight before turning their attention to the Australia Cup. But they were down 2-0 after 35 minutes. Broderick got the penalty right before half-time to get them back in it. And then goals from the number 9 in the 54th, 88th and 98th minute will lock up the premiership for Lions. They cannot be caught by Penn Power. And despite a gallant effort from Brisbane Raw B, they are now left in the precarious position where they could get relegated. If Rochdale and Gold Coast United win tomorrow, the Raw will be going down to FQPL 1. But the story tonight is the side in orange, blue and white. A 15th trophy of the NPL era. And the celebrations will continue. We are going to stay with you at Luxury Paints Stadium this is a club that enjoys but also expects success. 98 days ago, they won the Kappa Pro Series final over Brisbane City 3-2 in extra time. And that, for them, arduous 98-day wait is over. So the honour roll since 2018, 3 premierships, 2018, 2019, 2022, and now 2026. 5 grand finals, 2018, 2020, 2021, 24 and 25. 1 Kappa Queensland Cup in 2024. We have a chance to add to that in 2 weeks' time. And a hat-trick of Kappa Pro Series, 24, 25, 26. And 2 Football Foundation Cups as well, just for good measure. Broderick, what a night for him. Before tonight, 25 appearances, 3 goals in all competition, 16 and 2 in the NPL. And he's just gone and scored the 4 goals that have handed Lions the premiership. Well, the Lions women can have a few more minutes to wait for their clash, because it is going to be a presentation on the field now as Lions are on the road next week. A moment to enjoy as a team. Dan Barber at the centre of the huddle. One can only guess what he is saying to his team, but I can imagine at the very least, congratulations is one of the words. Enjoy the moment and time to refocus tomorrow. But I think they are going to party tonight. Apologies for the brief interruption in transmission. We're getting ready for the next game. We'll turn it over to Slater Asnakar for the presentation.
It would be remiss of us not to also acknowledge the power who have been a massive part of the title race. I know last week witnessed a fantastic game of football between 2 teams. We certainly look forward to Queensland Cup finals when Lions and Power are up to each side. So big congratulations also to Queensland Power on the superb season.
Sean Carlos called up for the presentation. I think he'll be getting used to this by now. Sean Carlos doing the captain's duties.
All the Lions fans have been waiting for FG General Manager Ryan Fenton, Manager of Football Instruction, Strategic Planning.
Carlos now calling over his teammates.
Trophy for 2026 to Lions FC.
And so for the first time in 4 years, Lions will finish the regular season on top of the ladder. They are off to the Australian Championship. And Lions officially premiers of Queensland. Two trophies down, two still to fight for, and that is where we are going to wrap up tonight's broadcast. Flick on over to the NPL women's match, which is kicking off any minute now between Lions and Sunshine Coast Wanderers. We'd also have the penultimate round of the women's competition set to kick off, or currently underway. Most of those matches are in the second half. But for now, that is where we're going to leave you. My name is James Coughlin. Thank you very much for your company. Final score for the final time. Brisbane Roar B 2, Luke Broderick and Lions 4. Congratulations to Lions for another premiership win. And good luck to them on Tuesday night. Stay tuned, there's a whole lot more action coming up on FQTV this weekend. Good night.